Can someone tell me what this is? Well, this is an emu egg, and every single emu at the Rylee Ranch started out the exact same way, inside one of these eggs. And let's do a little comparison. This is an egg from a chicken at the Rylee Ranch. This is an egg from an emu at the Rylee Ranch. Look at the difference in size. And then this is an egg from an ostrich at the Rylee Ranch. So the average incubation period for an emu egg is about 48 to 56 days. Now, see these? These are emu eggs, and emus lay in about January and February. And every year, we like to add a few emus to the family at the Rylee Ranch. So what you do, you put a couple emu eggs in the incubator, and then you have to turn them 3 to 5 times a day for like 48 to 56 days. And we put a couple eggs in the incubator, and it's been 57 days since we put them in. So we were a little disappointed because they weren't going to hatch. But then we heard something coming from the incubator. We're gonna have a quick look in here, and as you can see, there's a little tiny emu popping out. Hey buddy, how's it going? And this is what a baby emu looks like a few minutes after he hatches. And this is what the emu egg looks like once he hatches. But it sounds like this egg right here has some chirping. So buddy, we're gonna leave you in here to help the other guy get out. Now, once an emu hatches, you leave it in the incubator for like 12 to 24 hours. You want him to dry off, and you want him to help the other ones get out. Now, in this incubator, we can hear another one pipping. So usually that means he's gonna come out sometime today or tomorrow, but the other one's gonna help him get out. Now, you might ask us, why don't we let the emus of the Rylee Ranch hatch their own eggs? Well, what happens when emus lay eggs in January and February, where we live, it's like minus 30 degrees Celsius, and they won't sit on their eggs until they have enough in their batch to hatch them. So all of a sudden you get emus laying eggs, and then it's minus 30, the egg pops, and then they just keep trying, and all the eggs get damaged. So what we did one year, I don't know if anyone can remember this, we let Miguel, the dad, and the male sits on the eggs, we let him hatch some emus, and one of them was born, and then he became super, super, super territorial. And it was almost the entire year we couldn't go near the baby or him. So let's see if we can get this straight. Patty and Selma and Jub Jub were the first 3 emus of the Rylee Ranch. Well, they showed up in early 2018. This is Selma and Jub Jub, and they kicked out Patty one day because they paired off. So Selma and Jub Jub actually have one of the biggest areas here at the Rylee Ranch because they were some of the first tenants. So they have this huge area. They've got special rights because they moved into the neighborhood first, you guys. So then we had to move Patty out. So Patty was all by herself, which was really, really sad. Because the thing is, you know, Patty's actually a really, really nice lady. And we were really sad because she was by herself. And no one wants to be alone in this life, right, Patty? So then we had to get Patty a boyfriend or a girlfriend, whatever. We don't judge here at the Rylee Ranch. But it turned out that we got Miguel, and Miguel was a boy. So Patty and Miguel became pretty close, if you know what I mean. And this is Miguel. He's the one that's always acting up. Miguel, get over here. So Patty and Miguel, they were sitting on some eggs. They ended up hatching some eggs. And then Miguel turned into a crazy, evil person. So that's not happening anymore. Miguel's kind of nice now. And then what happened, like 2023, Timon was born, and then Maurice was born. So we're not 100% sure who's a boy and girl. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. They're birds. Maurice, that's enough. And then we had Sebastian. I'm trying to make a video here. Then Sebastian showed up in 2024. Sebastian, I'm trying to make a video. Just pay attention for a second. Sebastian, look at the camera, please. This is Sebastian, if you're keeping track. And then there was the year we're like, let's put all these eggs in the incubator. And then all of a sudden we had Scrooge, Huey, Dewey, and Louie all show up. And then all of a sudden, you know, the family, the friends are like, what are you doing with all these emus? And I'm like, well, just spending money, feeding them, taking care of them. Scrooge, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. So they're still kind of outsiders. And how do we tell them apart? Well, Scrooge is always acting up, trying to peck my head. Huey, Dewey, and Louie, well, they're the smallest emus right now. And the other ones pick on them. Sometimes they have a little scab or a scratch on the side of their head. But they're actually really nice. But they're not quite as friendly as Miguel, if you know what I mean. Hello, how are you doing? Louie? Yeah, Selma and Jub Jub over there. You got Patty here. There's Timon and Maurice. Sebastian. You got Miguel down there acting up. Scrooge, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Oh, here's my question. When you're looking at the Rylee Ranch, a lot of people are like, how do you tell them apart? Well, it's really, really easy. Patty's been around for a long time. She's an old lady. She's really slow. She's really friendly. She's got a lot to say here at the Rylee Ranch. Sebastian, well, he was alone for a little while, or her, not sure. So Sebastian's very friendly. Are you looking for love still? Everyone remember when Sebastian was alone? And Timon and Maurice, yep, they're usually hanging out together. Miguel, as you can remember in thousands of videos, always at the fence acting up. And Scrooge, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. You know, it's like children. The longer you hang out with them, a bunch of twins, triplets, quadruplets, whatever they're called, they all start looking slightly different. Scrooge, that's enough. Scrooge, that's enough. And here's the thing. If I call Timon Huey or Scrooge Louie, they don't even react.